Okay, introduce yourself.
My name is Matthew Campbell.
Okay, and what type of dealership did you go to?
GMC Buick.
Love it. All right, let's hear it.
I pulled up. I went this morning at about 9:30. Check what time they were open. They open at 9. I went at 9:30. I pulled up, parked on the side, so I would give myself time to walk around the building to see if anybody would notice me. I started reading tags on the SUVs. I looked at the Acadia, the Yukon. I was reading everything up and down, taking my time. Nobody noticed me. I went up to the building, peeked in the window. Nobody even acknowledged that I had even pulled up.
Right.
So then I figured, all right, the door is on the far side. I'm not going to make my way there yet. I figured, you know, they're salesmen. They might want to make their way to me. So then I see someone out walking in the used car section. I said, all right, maybe someone wants to sell a used car today. So I walked directly towards him, and then he didn't even acknowledge I was walking there. So I walked towards a Jeep Wrangler, started looking at a Jeep Wrangler. Then I walked closer to him. I start looking at a car. He goes, "Hi, how you doing?" I say, "I'm good." And then he just goes about his business and walks away. So I said, "All right, no."
So no, he didn't ask you your name. He didn't introduce himself. Just, "Hi, how you doing?"
"Hi, how you doing?" I said I was good, and he went about his business.
And that's not really a greeting. Actually, we learned yesterday,
right,
never to say that to a customer.
So then I walked down the side of the lot, where past the front door, looked at a few more things. Now I took way more time than you said I should, but really I was baiting for someone just
Exactly.
to say hello. So then I went right to the front door. Now they have a lot of nice posters on the front door. So I sat there like this, reading every poster on the front door, pretending I cared. I'm right there, and I even was peeking in the front door.
Dressed like this right now.
No, actually, I went in just jeans and a shirt.
Okay, even better.
I wasn't dressed super down, but I didn't want to dress to, you know,
That's
I didn't
even
want
better.
them to think that I had money. I didn't want to, you know, make any impression whatsoever.
Well, it was a day off, so you're casual.
Right, I went casual. So finally I push in, I walk in, I said, I can't take it anymore. I said, I want to at least get the homework assignment done. I want to be able to answer some questions and just say I just left because I was frustrated.
Yep.
So I pushed in, I was going to do a beeline right to the Yukon in the middle of the floor. I get halfway to the Yukon and I get, "Hey, you being helped by anyone?" And I turn around and there's an old guy sitting at his desk.
With gray hair?
With gray hair, mustache.
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, no." He goes, what can I do for you?" And so I walk over to him because he doesn't get up from his desk. And I introduce myself to him. I say, "Hi, I'm Matthew Campbell." And then he shakes my hand, tells me his name, says, "What are you looking for?"
Did he stand up at least at that point?
No. So finally, I actually sat myself down at his desk.
Okay.
He said, "What are you looking for?" I said, you know, "I'm just checking things out." I said, "I haven't bought a new car in a while." I said, "I got a fairly large family of 4 kids. We barely fit in our Ford Taurus, and I'm kind of sick of it." I said, "But I don't got a lot of money, so I'm just checking what's out there." He's like, asked me. Then he started to ask me how many kids I had. He asked me their ages. You know, I was like, okay. A little personality.
Yep.
Nice.
Okay.
Then he asked me what I do for a living. And so I told him I was a landscaper. I said, but now I'm in between jobs. I said, I'm actually looking to get into car sales. I said, I'm just looking for a career. Didn't give any ideas where,
Sure.
Automax, that I'm even in the process of anything.
Right.
He says, "This is the worst job in the world." He says, "You don't want to do this." He goes, "Find something else to do." He goes, "I hate this job." He goes, "You're going to work long hours and you're not going to make shit." I said, "Really?" I said, "Wow." I said, "That stinks because I just quit my other job because, you know, I'm looking to get into sales." I still didn't give him a clue.
Right.
And he goes, "No, forget it." He goes, "Forget it." I said, "Why?" He goes, "You know what? Back in the 80s, this was a great job." Because I was making $100 grand. He goes, "Now I don't make shit." He goes, "Thank God I have my Social Security." He goes, because I go, "Well," I said, "to be honest with you," I said, "I got a family to feed, so I was looking to get into this." I said, "You know, what do you make like a week? What can you make a week in this industry?" He goes, "Between me and you, pal, I got guys in here leaving with $800 a month." He goes, "You're not going to feed your family here." I said, "All right, well, that's all right."
Well, especially if you're not going to get out of your chair. You got to get out of your chair to make some money.
Well, then he asked me what I drive. I told him I drive a Ford Taurus, and then he asked me if I had another car, and I told him I had a Dodge Dakota, but it's not running. I said, I'm not sure if it's the battery or the alternator. And then we talked about what the problem with that car could be for a good 10, 15 minutes. And he told me, you know, go to Walmart, get a cheap battery, fix it.
Wow.
Then finally I said, what time is it? And he said 10:40. No, wait, I got there at 9:30. It was 10 after 10. I was like, all right, well, I got to go. I told the wife I'm going to be out till like 10, so I'm just going to jet home. He's like, all right, good luck to you, but just don't do this for a living.
Wow.
And I left.
So that should be more motivation to actually hit the ground running. So let me share something with you. That's the exact same dealership that I went to.
Right.
And that Yukon that you saw, the nice shiny silver one, I sat in that thing for 8 minutes when I was in that dealership. I walked past 3 guys smoking cigarettes outside, eye contact, no greeting whatsoever. And then that same guy that was sitting in that same office in that same chair back up against the wall there,
When you walk into the
yes, he's the same guy that had his arms stretched behind his head and never greeted me and saw me. At least you got a greeting. Okay, and then I had the other guy.
I got kind of greeting.
I got the guy chase me around the Yukon and didn't greet me. And then finally, I lock eyes with the sales manager in his office with 2 other salesmen in there, clearly not working deals because I was the only customer. And they're laughing and having a great time. Yeah. So I went into the office, and that's the guy that I said, would you be interested in maybe speaking with a few freshly trained salespeople with no bad habits, which if anybody should be interested, he should. And he laughed and says, we all have bad habits. I'm good. And then when I proceeded to tell him, I said, well, really, because I've been in your showroom for 15 minutes, and I've been at your dealership for over 20, and no one's even greeted me, and clearly I'm the only person here. So do you want to reconsider? And he said, no, I'm good. So I do believe that his guys are only making $800 a week because you got to get out of your chair to sell a car, and you got to actually greet a customer to sell a car. And it's dealerships like that that get me fired up, and it's dealerships like that that should make you feel so much more confident you're going to make $100 grand in this business.
He did tell me that his cars were too expensive.
Right.
He said our cars are overpriced anyway.
And you know what? I ran a GM store, and they have a pre-owned lot, they have leasing, and they do have GMC, Buick. There's some cars there for every demographic. So obviously there's a reason why. If you have an $800 paycheck, then you need to look in the mirror. There's an issue there. So that should just give everybody in this room right now that much more confidence that this is going to be a cakewalk as long as you follow the process. Here, all you got to do is greet people and start a process, and guess what? You're going to get paid. Everybody there is there for a reason because they want to improve the driving situation. So your only way you're going to improve the driving situation is to start a sales process. Just start one. Start with a greeting. Take it from there. So the guy's talking you out of buying a car and telling you to go get a battery and get out of the business. This is rough. You're not going to make no money. Well, not if you don't get out of your chair. So, case closed. What would you have done different?
Everything.
Everything.
God.
You would got out of your chair. You would have greeted them. You would start a process, did a proper interview.
I keep thinking, like, as soon as I notice a car pulls in, I would sort of like inch my way to the door so they don't look too eager. They don't see me coming. So then I can greet them without looking like the eager car salesman. I would have, you should notice when people pull in, not just when they're walking towards the building.
Right.
Go out there. Don't wait till they get to the front door because they might not get to the front door.
Yes.
If they're looking at your cars, go meet them. Go talk to them about your cars.
That's a high traffic area right there at a turnaround, and I'm sure they get a lot of people walking into that showroom. And clearly we've had 3 stories here and 3 blown opportunities, myself included, and they're just letting customers walk. So it's no wonder no one in that store is making any money. So do you see why I had you do this homework assignment now?
Yeah.
Do you feel overly confident now that this is going to be, because when you're dealing with, that's your competition right there.
Well, yeah. He definitely took me back.
Did you think it was that bad in this industry as far as salesmen and how they waited on people?
Like Neil said, I thought you were over-exaggerated, but you way under.
Did I not? Yeah. Yeah.
You made it sound bad. That was atrocious.
Yeah, and so now you feel real confident you're going to just knock this thing out the park.
Well, I mean, according to him, it's the worst job in the world.
Right.
But that's because he's not even getting up.
Exactly. All right, round of applause.